Hey everybody, I know I'm basically wearing the exact same thing that I wore in my 6-week postpartum update, but like I said in that, if you watched it, is that I was probably just going to talk about the delivery story. You have little moments in between the day where you can get things done, and I feel like that's one of those moments right now. So I wanted to film that. My delivery and my labor and delivery story started Tuesday, February 26th, 9 p.m. We checked into the hospital. We got checked into our room. I had to change into that beautiful gown that they give you. It's awful. It's ugly. And just kind of, I don't even know why they give you a gown. You should just be pretty much naked the whole time because you have no sense of decency when you're in the hospital. You don't care. You're there to get the baby out. So 9 p.m. got checked in. About 10 o'clock they put in the Foley ball, which if you don't know what that is, now that I've experienced it, I know. It is they'll insert a tube into your uterus and blow it up with a liquid. I think it was water. I have no idea. I wasn't I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they blew it up, and that puts pressure on your cervix to get you dilated. I was 1 centimeter. Hey, you're okay. I was 1 centimeter dilated when they put that in. I had a little trouble sleeping that night. It wasn't the most comfortable thing. Actually, it was probably it wasn't the most uncomfortable thing. It was pretty uncomfortable. It was just like I said, a lot of pressure. And then I think my biggest fear is I was afraid if I turned any other way, it was just gonna fall out. Not the case. Don't worry. If you are getting one, it's not gonna fall out. I got to 4 centimeters that morning, and then about 11 o'clock she came and checked me. I was 5.5 centimeters dilated, 5 to 6 centimeters dilated, and then we broke my water. So my water was broke. It is a warm, gushy feeling, and you are not dry again until probably about 5 weeks after you have your baby, depending on how you're healing. That was my case. And then so that got me to 7.5 within an hour, not about 2 hours. We had Jordan's mom come, and then my parents were there, so they got to hang out a little bit before I was 7.5 centimeters dilated, and I hadn't had my epidural yet, and I was like, okay, I think it's time for an epidural. Got my epidural. They ended up leaving the room, and then I took a nap, which was amazing. So they were happening every 2 minutes, but I couldn't feel him anymore, which was awesome. Then sorry, I'm looking everywhere because he's right here, and I'm thinking it was 6 weeks ago. It was a big moment. And then after my nap, she came and checked me again, and I think she was like, oh, you are 10 centimeters, I think. I don't remember what she had said, but she had asked me if I wanted to start pushing, and I was like, heck yeah, I do. So 3:35 is when I started pushing. He was born at 5:15. Pushed for 1 hour and 40 minutes. The cool thing is that Jordan and I love this song called 5:15. It's by Bridget Mendler. There's a line in there that says, I never knew how much you meant to me until 5:15. It's not basically the gist of the song, but we like that line. We just like the song. It's pretty chill. So if you ever get a chance to listen to it, listen to it. It's on his playlist on Spotify that him and I listen to at night before he goes to bed. Anyways, during the pushing, I didn't obviously when people say they've pushed for X amount of hours or minutes, I'm like, man, that just sounds exhausting. But if you don't know, because I didn't know, I've never been in anybody's room when they were delivering, or you see them on TV, and that's just not how it is. Every contraction you push, or you basically are you're pushing for 10 seconds, rest for about 2 seconds, push for 10 seconds, rest for 2, push for 10. So it's exhausting. the whole time they're like, relax your face, relax your face. And it's like, I'm freaking trying to push a human out of my body. Don't tell me to relax my face. But and like the nursing staff that I had was phenomenal. They were amazing. One of the nurses, she ended up tying a towel, and it helped so much. She tied a towel. I held on to one side, she held on to the other side, and then we basically like played tug of war. So every time I was pushing, I was also pulling, which makes you use that muscle that gets the baby down the birth canal. So we did that for about 40 minutes, I think. Probably shorter, I don't know. My timing on everything was a little different, but we did that, and it progressed him so far down, which helped out a lot. So if you feel like you're not making any progress in the delivery room, ask them if they can do that. It's amazing. So basically you're pulling, and it kind of helps you get your focus off of it too. I was like, I'm gonna win this tug of war, but it also makes you use definitely the muscles that you need to use. And then, oh, good burp, bud. And then so did that, and then when I was pushing for the last couple times, we weren't, I had the monitor taken out, so I had to tell them when the contractions were coming, because I wasn't hooked up anymore and they couldn't see. So when I felt like I needed to push, I was like, hey, I'm having a contraction, we need to push. And then I know this is kind of all over this place, I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to relive the moment, think about what order everything went in. And then my midwife, when we got really close, I pushed, I think I pushed like 4 or 5 times at 10 seconds at a time. And then the very last time, it was more than 10 seconds, but we were like, you know what, we're getting this baby out. So I pushed for, I want to say, I have it all on camera, I want to say it was probably like 15 to 20 seconds that I was pushing that last time before he was born. So he was born, and then she put him on my chest, and we did the skin to skin. He latched on right away, and then I had to, there's so much going on, and it's crazy how like they do a phenomenal job, and then you have to deliver the placenta, and you basically are like, while everything's going on, you're still pushing. So it is a crazy time if you are pregnant now. It's amazing. I'm glad that we have it on camera, because now I can relive the moment. And recovery was good. I only tore a little bit, so I had like 1 stitch, I think, and then it dissolved, and I'm doing great now as far as like healing wise for that. He got weighed and measured. He was 21 inches long, 8 pounds 1 ounce, and he is just perfect. He did not have a cone-shaped head, which was amazing. Are you talking to me? He is the most beautiful baby ever. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna show him, at least for now, but take my word for it. And then we got moved into our room after that. Actually, they wanted me to like go to the bathroom first, and people were able to come in and see him for a little bit. And then so he was born 5:15, everything's going on crazy, and then we had our family come in probably about 7:30, and then I'm sorry, and then it was about 8:30 when I got moved over into my after delivery room. I don't know what they call it, but the little witch hazel pads and the padsicles that they give you, excellent. The underwear that they give you, the like mesh underwear, is pretty amazing. And then my friend gave me a tip. She's like, get some Depends. And we got home and I was like, Jordan, go get me some Depends. And then I probably wore those for a while. They were very helpful. Anyways, that was my brief summary of what happened. You're okay. He's getting grouchy. I need to go, but thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this story. I guess if you have any questions, let me know, and we will be back on here soon. All right, thank you, and until next time. All right, bye.